Our next guest is an incredible athlete who just found out he is going to play football for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Right? Great team. The day of the NFL draft, he decided to celebrate by throwing a party for homeless kids in a shelter where he himself once lived when he was young. From Northern California, please welcome Najee Harris. So, hey, how are you? Before we start, I gotta say, congratulations on becoming a Pittsburgh Steelers. Not only are they one of the great franchises, but bro, those uniforms, the Steeler uniform is the best uniform in the NFL, don't you think?
Steelers uniform is hands down one of the best. But hey, thank you for like inviting me on the show. I can't put into words how excited I am, to be a Pittsburgh Steelers. It was one of my dreams to always make it here in the NFL. Now I'm here. So, I thank you, Art Rooney and Kevin Colbert, for all picking me. And, I'm ready to go to work, and not take anything for granted, for sure.
So you were invited to go to the actual NFL draft, which is a huge honor. I think they only pick like 29 people or something. But instead of going, you decided to celebrate in a different way. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so like you said, the draft, it's only a certain people can get invited to the draft. It is a special event, and I thank them. I thank them for inviting me, because it is a special thing. But yeah, man, I decided to decline it and do it a different way, and feel like I wanted to do something that was more like, more giving back to my community. Like I said, only a certain people get invited, so I declined it, man.
And you actually spent the draft at the homeless center that you grew up in when you were a kid, isn't that right?
Exactly. So, I'm born and raised from the Bay Area, Northern California. Yeah, there's a homeless shelter there that I used to stay in, and only, like I said, only a certain people get invited to the combine and or to the draft. And then I was like, there's no way in hell, like, only this much people helped me out to get where I'm at today. So I felt it was the whole community of the Bay Area to help me get where I am today. So I decided to not go there and to have it in the Bay Area, and in Richmond is a group called the Soup Kitchen, that where I used to stay out with my family. And I wanted to make sure I wanted to do something for the kids, and to know that, like, I was once in your position, and I always want to be a motivation, like a big brother to, like, kids like that. I understand I can't be everybody's big brother, but I can play some part of somewhere.
So if you could say one thing to somebody who was in your shoes, 12, 13 years old, living in a homeless shelter, probably not feeling great, what would you say to them?
Yeah, man. So like I said, I've been in their shoes, man. So I understand how, embarrassing in a way it can be to be in that position, because I once was, and I was really embarrassed sometimes. I remember I used to have football practice, and I used to get dropped off at the corner just so, like, people don't know where I'm staying at, and I used to walk the rest, when I was a little kid. So, for the kids that's in that position, and that's struggling, is going over these obstacles, I wanted to tell them that, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. It may not seem like, things is going well and things that's going your way, but it's a good saying that always, like, helped me out, is like, faith is seeing light without your heart when all your eyes sees darkness, so, even though that, you might not see the light in the tunnel, but there is better things out there in the future. You just gotta keep pushing.
Okay, so and I love that. That's great advice for anybody. But before we go to break, so you were a record-breaking running back at Alabama. Twitch, I know you're massive.
Absolutely.
Alabama
100%.
fan, right?
I have to have a fanboy moment and just say, I've done many victory dances with you during some of your many touchdowns in Alabama, and I say thank you, congratulations to you, man, and many blessings, man.
Hey.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Well, you're an amazing guy, and I want to keep talking to you, so there's going to be more with Najee right after we come back. And we're back with Pittsburgh Steeler, Najee Harris. Now, I heard you want to keep giving back and that you're starting your own nonprofit. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so I'm starting my own nonprofit. It's called the Bigger Picture Foundation. There are a lot of things I want to do, of course. I want to I have a heavy focus on giving back to kids in their need. I want to bring awareness to homelessness, of course, because I was once in that position. And I want to help, get homeless shelters and stuff like what they need. So one of the ways I hope to to get resources, of course, is my foundation. You can go on my page. It's called Najee.net. I sell tees, hoodies, and stuff like that. And all the proceeds and the stuff that I raise, it's all going back towards shelters. It's all going back to my nonprofit, so we can help out other people, of course. And but yeah, so make sure you guys check me out though at Najee.net, of course. But so we have a lot of stuff planned to do. I just got out of college, so like I am kind of just starting things up. But yeah, man, like I'm moving fast with it. We already sold a lot of stuff. We raised a good amount of money, and we're going to give back to all these homeless shelters and be a resource for people to
Love that. Well, we here at the Ellen Show want to help you get started with that project. So Ellen's friends at Shutterfly love stories like yours, and they want to help you by giving your nonprofit $10,000. What?
Oh, goodness. Oh.
Now, I don't know, but he wasn't wearing Bama colors, but I think you need to take this check anyway.